Having played here for 12 years, there's 100% no better ground in the country to play T20 cricket at. So, hopefully for you, this is the start of a very long and successful stint at this club.
For the Outlaws, the T20 Vitality Blast season is just around the corner. But for club captain Steven Mullaney, there is a bombshell. A knee injury means his T20 season could be over before it's begun.
I just tried to run in bowling and just felt like sort of stabbing pains around my knee and in my knee, and it just didn't feel quite right. So obviously spoke to Pipey, and then we got it scanned, and we had it ultrasound scanned at first and didn't really show up too much. Just I've had tendinitis before, so a little bit of, inflammation of that, a little bit of fluid in the joint, but nothing major. Thought it was manageable. Pipe wanted me to get a second MRI scan rather than ultrasound. Unfortunately, that came back with a little nick in the cartilage. So the biggest fear is probably the season's finished, I suppose. You know how proud I am to have the job I have, and how lucky I feel to have that job, and how passionately I feel about it, and to not be able to do that and try and influence the team in the last 6 championship games especially, but also the T20. But as captain of the 4-day side, to not be able to do that job and hopefully pull off something special and stay in the division would be obviously gutting.
Mullaney is in need of an operation, which he hopes will allow him to play a part in the latter stages of the season.
I hope to get as quick as I can, and I will see you down there.
No, thanks mate, appreciate it.
I'll see you later.
See you down there, thank you. Right. Obviously down here for Stephen's big day. It's a relatively simple procedure. Obviously looking forward to it, looking forward to seeing, I guess you've got all the scans and you've got all the assessments, but until you get inside the knee, it's always interesting. So hopefully it's a nice, simple, straightforward procedure, and we can crack on with some aggressive rehab and get back on the park as quick as we can. So fingers crossed. Here we go, Jim. Come on, pal. All right. See you there. See you later. See you soon. Yeah. See you soon. See you there. Bye. Oh, good. Thank you.
A couple of hours after the operation, Mullaney gets a visit from the surgeon.
Hey mate, you alright?
How you doing?
Alright, yeah.
Pain under control?
Yeah, it just feels a bit dull, achy, but feels. I just went to the toilet and it felt a bit weakish, but it was.
It's good that we stamped on it a couple of times just to make sure. So push down for me. Go on, go for it. See your chance. Good. Toes up and down, and keep my hand. There you go. There is hope. So all went well. No dramas.
Cool.
So you saw everything. So tidied up that area behind the kneecap that was.
Yeah, that was irritating.
That was cracking a bit. That may take a while to settle down because of the bone marrow edema also.
Okay.
And the meniscus, where the meniscus had formed a cyst and was torn, we've trimmed that up now. So
Cool.
that should be clear. So first week, let's just get the swelling down, get the compacts on, get the ice, just get the knee settled, and then we'll start loading gently.
Yeah, actually, remarkably feels absolutely fine. Managed to get out of bed and put some weight on it and have a bit of a walk. So yeah, hopefully we've not got too much longer. We can get on the train home.
A day later, and the club captain is back in the familiar surroundings of the Trent Bridge dressing room. He won't be part of things on the field during the early stages of the blast, but there'll be no keeping him away from his teammates. Among them is homegrown fast bowler Luke Wood, who is back in Outlaws colours, having won the competition with Worcestershire during a loan spell there last season.
Last year I didn't expect to go on loan. When Morsey sort of rang me and said you're going on loan to Worcestershire, I was a bit sort of sceptical at first because I've not really done the loan sort of thing before, so it's one of them where I was a bit nervous about not necessarily fitting into the side, and expectations like a lot, but see it as your second home in a sense. I mean, I played there for a couple of months. I was there down there, so obviously you know all the lads. Obviously you sort of got tight with all them when I was down there. So obviously you won a trophy together and been part of their history. So obviously I'm wanting to repeat the same as what I did last year with Notts. So obviously being big game on Sky first up. So.
Guys, welcome back to 2020 Captain.
Yeah, exactly that. Stole my thunder. That's all I was going to say. Welcome back. I want us to draw on that and play with the kind of freedom that has seen us all have that kind of success in the last few years. So, not much else from me. Get out, get a good session in today, get whatever you need done, get some fielding in, get your batting and your bowling in, whatever you feel like you need to be ready for tomorrow's game. And then we crack on and we really enjoy ourselves and really have a good crack for this next couple of months and enjoy each other's company and celebrate some success and let's go get them.
The Outlaws lineup is set to feature 2 T20 debutants, Joe Clarke, who recently joined the club from Worcestershire, and former Northamptonshire steelback Ben Duckett.
Obviously playing Worcester first game, so it's a massive chance to start really well, and you know, obviously as the competition goes on, we'll be looking to be at the top of the group. Obviously at Worcester, managed to pick up the trophy. It's just a great occasion, finals day. I mean, the Notts boys were obviously there the year before and won it as well, so they'll know what a great day out it is for the players and the fans and everyone associated at the club. So that was obviously a really special day and a nice fitting end for me to sort of leave Worcester having won that, and now all my efforts to hopefully win it again this year with Notts. Obviously every competition you play in, you want to be winning it, and I feel like the squad that we have is one of the strongest in our group and in the country. So we've got the players, and it's all about obviously going out on the nights and putting on the performances, and hopefully get out of the group stages as a first sort of marker, I guess, and then see how far we can go.
So I've played 2 games here, and it's the day game. So obviously we had some, to be fair, unbelievable crowds in the one-day stuff. So I think for me, I just want to play in front of a big crowd of people, and want to put on a show. And I think everyone at Notts does. Looking at the Notts side, I've played against in the last few years, and they're a side that we're feared by every team. I think no matter how good the opposition is, no one comes to Trent Bridge thinking or expecting they're going to win. Everyone comes to Trent Bridge knowing that it's going to be a tough game, and if they don't play well, then we're going to be in a very good position to beat them. So, as I said, I've not had a Friday night here where everyone's pumping after work, having a few beers, and the atmosphere's you're getting a bit of stick from everyone on the boundary. That's what I can't wait for. That's the different side of cricket that you don't really get in 4-day stuff. So it's just the excitement, the players that we've got in the squad. I think no team rocks up at a place thinking they're going to lose, but I'd be very surprised if you asked any other team if they came to Trent Bridge this year and they said they weren't thinking they were in trouble or that they could lose this game. I think on paper we have a very strong, I think one of the strongest sides in the country.
Ducky, we received our ODI caps together back in Bangladesh. And I know what a special moment that was and how much it meant to you. I hope this one means just as much to you. Everyone here knows exactly what you can do because you've done it against us for many years before now. So hopefully, mate, just go out there, enjoy yourself and put a show on for this crowd. Hold on.
Right, I have the privilege of presenting Clarke with his cap. Mate, having played here for 12 years, there's 100% no better ground in the country to play T20 cricket at. So, hopefully for you, this is the start of a very long and successful stint at this club. And also guarantee you can make a lot of special memories, some of the best you'll have in your career. So hopefully it starts tonight against your old mates. So best of luck.
I think we said enough yesterday morning. Everyone knows who's playing. Everyone knows their roles. If we win the toss, we're going to try and have a bat. Have a good night, boys. Play well. Let's get stuck in.
Too many days in the darkness without a glimpse of the light. I'll never give up the fight.
The Outlaws start the game in fine form, mopping up the opening 6 Rapids wickets in quick time. But the scoring rate gets away from them in the latter stages, meaning they must chase a challenging 162 runs to win. Clarke and Duckett both fall early. And despite a typically expert hand by Alex Hales, it's the Rapids that secure a 28-run win. After the match, T20 captain Dan Christian is determined to keep the dressing room upbeat.
Boys, just quickly, a couple of quick things from me. The bowling early on and through the middle, absolutely fantastic. It was a brilliant effort by everyone there. We bowled really well. As Morsey just touched on, a brilliant effort in the field, particularly led by Libs. You were awesome out there, mate. You dove around, you charged in, saved plenty of twos, took a couple of real good catches. Tomorrow, I'd encourage everyone on the bus to Leeds to talk some cricket. Spend some time talking some cricket. Talk about how you went, talk about how the opposition went about it, the guys that did it really well. And the bowlers at some stage we'll have a bit of a chat and talk about the way we went about it, things we did well, things we could have done better at the end. 13 games to go, real long way to go. 21st of September we're going to peak. The final on the 21st of September, that's when we're going to peak. We keep improving from now until then and we'll win that final in Canberra. Stay nice and positive, keep working on things to improve, we'll be fine.